So children, in the earlier video I have discussed with you how you can declare an array. Okay. Now after declaring an array, the next thing is to provide the value to the elements of the array. That means what? Like storing the value in the array. So that process is known as the initializing or assigning an array. So this work is done through the index number. So index number is what? Index number is used to access the elements of an array. What is its use? To access the elements of an array. So what are the elements of an array? The value stored in the array is known as the elements of an array. Okay. So this way you can write down, use the index number by writing the array name followed by the index number of the particular value that you would like to fetch. Okay. Or you would like to access. The next thing that is very important, that indexing of an array always starts with 0. That means what? The first value in the array will be stored at 0th location. So you can visualize the array in this two-dimensional way like this, where the indexing of array will start from 0 and it will go until the array ends. Over here what we are doing, that we are having an array of elements. How many elements? 5 elements are there. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so the number of boxes that you can see will define you the number of elements in it. So simply we have to count the number of boxes, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That means the overall size of the array is 5 over here. Okay. So now let's see with an example that how you will use the index number to initialize or assign an array. Okay. So over here I have defined a class by the name array. Okay. And then what I have did, that I have did this directly. So first you have to declare the main function is this by writing public static void main, and the bracket you will write down string args. Then this will be followed by the bracket. Now in case of array, what you have to do, the first thing that I have told you is to declare an array. So how do you declare an array? That first you will write the data type of the array followed by the square bracket. Then it is followed by the name of the array, that is marks. And then after the equal to you have written new int, and in the bracket you have written the size of the array. So the size written is 5 over here. Okay. So that means what? If you have written this line and this line is executed by the compiler, so what it will do, that in the memory it will form a structure like this where it will store the value from 0 to 4. That means 5 elements are stored in this array. So it will be doing what? It will be allocating the memory to this array starting from 0 up to 4 over here. And now after this, using the index number, we have to provide the value on the different indexes. So how you will be doing it? I have told you that the array indexing of array will start it from 0. So that means what? First you have to start declaring or initializing the value from the very first element. So you will be writing marks and then this square bracket, and that square bracket you will write 0, and we have written marks index is 0, that is equal to 10. That means what? On the 0th index the value stored will be 10. So over here the value will be stored is 10. Then in the next step what you are doing, marks of 1, that is index number 1. On first index the value stored is 20. So in the first index you will store the value as 30. Then in this next index you are writing marks 2 is equal to 30. So on the second index you are storing the value that is 30, and then marks of 3, that means what? Index number 3rd. So this is the index number. So index number 3 contains the value that is 40, and then the last, on the last index marks 4, it is 50. So in this way you will be storing up the values for different elements of an array using the index number. So this is the way through which you will be initializing or assigning an array. So that's it in this video.